First day of school.
It's my first day on the waffle. I forgot my microphone.
It's your first day on the waffle.
Huh?
Welcome our new host, Lauren Brooke, to the show.
Hey, guys.
We'll introduce her to you right after this.
Hello.
And we're back.
I
Hey.
forgot what I was doing there. New to the show and everything. I don't know what the protocol is.
Good morning.
Glad to have
I
you.
do have to use
You're
the
a
microphone.
definite upgrade from our last set.
She was crazy.
She was crazy. Always talking about her shins.
Oh, my shins. Oh, gosh, she's back. Oh, I just liked my own post. Oh, no. How
congratulations.
boomer of me. Sorry.
We're starting off strong.
Sorry,
I'll just
boomers.
say that.
Oh,
Nothing wrong
goodness.
with having a little boomer in you. Is
little bit. Everybody needs a little
Dustin
boomer.
Nickerson, comedian? He does a little bit on that. Like everybody has an inner boomer. It's a state of mind, not a generation.
It's a state of mind.
He said you basically just gotta curb that. You're gonna have those boomer thoughts. Just don't let them come
Don't
out.
let them come out.
Yeah, don't go postal
morning,
on it.
Beth.
I'd rather let my boomer thoughts out than my Gen Z thoughts out. I'll just say.
Oh well, Gen Z's bringing some good. They're bringing some good noise. We need to give them their flowers.
They're bringing a lot of socialism.
I thought they were Gen Z's turning it around from the millennial socialism. right?
Well,
I don't know. That would be the
there's a-
early. That would be the late millennials.
It depends on which slice you're talking about.
Well,
I mean,
Gen Z's giving me some great hope. There's
see
a
some-
contingency
I feel good
there.
about 'em.
Yeah.
there's been some bright spots. I'll give you that.
I feel good about them. I think it is. I mean, I think it is what it is. But I like that. I like the seeing a lot of younger people get married again. That's exciting to me.
Yeah, they're not
I mean,
feeling like
nothing
they got to wait for the perfect age and perfect
Nothing
time.
against either way. I just didn't like it when they were just insisting that a whole generation of people needed to wait to get married.
Right,
I
and
think
then
you
wait to
need-
have kids
I
and-
think you need to do things that make sense for you.
And at my age, I'm 55. I've got 3 kids.
50. Yeah.
They're adults. They're out of my house.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty great.
Yeah. I'm
I
striving for that
can't-
time.
I can't imagine,
Although I love my kids.
waiting until I was 35 or 40
Right.
and then be trying to raise kids until you're 70
Yeah, that makes me tired just thinking of it.
and then
There's pluses and minuses because I had my first at 30. And there's pluses and minuses because if I think in a perfect world, because Jesse and I were married a long time before we had kids, that would have caused some major financial strain on us, like bad, because there was a period of time, the economy crashed and Jesse was a roofer. Oh yeah. And the roofing work
was that.
completely dried up because there was no businesses. There was nothing being built, right? They did mainly residential. There was nothing being built. And his dad has been a roofer now for 50 years. His dad has been a roofer and didn't ever need to advertise to get work. And there was a period of time early on in our marriage where there was no roofs to be done.
yeah.
People couldn't replace their roofs. There was nothing being built. And a weird thing happened. The Joplin tornado happened. and then a big hailstorm happened, and that was all in about a 2 or 3 week period. I
Suddenly
mean,
people need roofs.
people needed roofs, and it probably saved I don't know how many roofing companies out there, because I mean it was terrible.
Everybody went to Joplin.
Well, and
Everybody
I mean,
went to Joplin, and then the local guys were able to stay and do the roofs here from the hailstorm, and yeah,
well, whatever life brings you, I think is fine.
yeah,
But
Lemons and such.
yeah.
sure. But I think I think this is probably a big misnomer. The idea that I've got to put off marriage and kids until I'm 30 or 40 because my 20s are the best time of my life, and this is where I'm going to have my most fun and all that stuff is nonsense.
That's silly. Yeah,
Absolute nonsense.
That was a bill of lies.
You will have a better life and more fun in your 50s than you ever dreamed of in your 20s.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so.
It's true.
I like
I
it.
agree.
I mean, I totally like it.
We are fully settling into our empty nest take 2, and it's all right.
It's all
It's all
right.
right.
It's-
Yeah, we miss our kids for sure.
Yeah,
but,
well, sure.
But we still see them, and I kind of like our new way of interacting with them.
But I think there's
Yeah.
just this idea that like once I'm 40, life is over, and I'll never
Oh,
be
goodness
able to.
me.
I won't be able
I
to
think
hit the
that's
clubs
stupid.
and party and whatever.
I do.
Life
I
was
do-
just beginning in my
I
40s.
do think the
Oh, yeah.
millennials are handling the 40s well. Because just watching stuff on
Well, they've
there's-
had good footsteps in which to follow.
Yes, the Gen Xers, walked
We got
so we
you.
could fly. Thank you, Gen Xers. Thank you.
We walked
But
with a chip on our
there's
shoulder, but we got there.
Yeah. There's a lot of content and stuff out there right now about like if you were drunk in a field through your high school days and party in the club every night, how's your garden? Like
Right?
So there is the millennials. Of course, I'm an elder millennial, so this is the first phase of millennials in their 40s, right? Me right now, and the people a few years older and younger than me, and they're handling 40 well. I think so.
Good.
I think they've adapted pretty good to it.
Growing up.
Because they were a little wobbly through the 20s.
Yeah.
through their 20s.
Well, we were alcoholics.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking. Like I keep explaining this to people, and they're like, "What?" Older than me. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Our whole generation was
Yeah.
intoxicated."
And another good thing about Gen
Yeah.
Z is that they're not.
No, they don't. And good
They're not
for them.
drinking.
We were the first generation.
Alcohol companies are freaking out. Like, what are we going to do?
It is.
The World Cup saved them.
Yeah, they're like, thank you. No,
All
it-
those Scots and
Yeah.
showing up in New
yeah,
York.
it's
Boston.
fascinating.
They drink Boston out of
Right, they
booze.
drank Boston out of
We were the first generation that the alcohol and tobacco companies absolutely had full reign to advertise to us.
Yeah.
And then came the Girls Gone Wild and all that stuff.
Oh,
so
gosh.
It's Yep.
Forgot about all that.
Yep, that was on
Man.
regular network TV.
Yeah, let's
not
celebrate
the show,
this.
but the,
Right.
or you could order it,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
So the
goodness me.
millennials all somehow live the same, and these again are the elder ones. It's fascinating because this is the stuff you don't realize until you get 20 years detached from that, and you're like, oh boy, we were the binge drinking generation. Oh my,
Yeah.
it's wild. Yeah.
But anyway.
I know.
Part of it goes back to watching AOC do the video where she's freezing her eggs
Oh,
because
Yeah,
she's
that's-
not ready to be a mom, but she wants to someday. I'm like,
That's just-
she's already almost 40.
Yeah.
wow.
It's like, what is she waiting for?
Yeah. Well,
President to become president?
Well, yeah, clearly, but
I think my
That's a
deal-
great time to become a mom.
I think. Yeah. Oh yeah.
here's the thing. I mean, and I'm not dogging on her.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, you are.
Stop it.
Specifically
Be
in
honest.
this instance,
Okay.
I don't think she's ever going to want to be a mom.
No.
She's never going to get to the point in her life where she's like, I'm ready to give up a little bit of me for somebody else.
Well, here's the
That's
deal,
like
though.
saying, I'm going to learn to be generous when I'm wealthy.
Yeah.
No, you're not. If you're not generous with little, you're not going to be generous with much.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think the media, the country, the guidance counselors need to feed a blanket approach to life to generations, and they definitely have done that. And just people need to make their decisions based off of their abilities and
I think that's
life
true.
and partners and
I do think that there is
religion
a
and those
general design to life that is God ordained.
yeah. And if the media is not meddling in it, you naturally do that.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
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 If the media is meddling in it, which is 100% what they did, and I mean the guidance counselors told us that it was crazy, it was wild. It
Yeah.
was like you
Reprogramming.
You are above working in the trades. You should go to a 4-year college and you need to do A+. That's an option for you to get to that 4-year degree. And as long as we can kick you out of school with an A+, this is rural schools, obviously, and then you can figure out how to get that 4-year degree. And then you need to go work in corporate America.
Okay.
It's crazy. It was wild. And it was not.
Some are still digging out of that.
Some are still. A lot of them are. And there's not enough plumbers and electricians, and not enough people went into the military. And
it was an experiment.
Yeah, it was.
And it didn't go the way everybody thought it would go, because people aren't quite as sheepish. There's not as much sheep in humans as people
wanted there to be.
So you can shut me off, but this all goes back to 1912, 1913, when the richest people in this country said, how are we going to set this up to last forever? And they said, we're going to have public schools to produce meek, obedient workers. We're going to have income taxation so that we're stealing the wealth from the working class instead of paying it ourselves through sales taxes and tariffs and the things that we have to pay. And they just created this industrial vision of a culture that created workers that would support their class.
Yeah, they created a system for people to function in. And same thing.
Yeah.
Different generation, different scale.
Well,
yeah.
I see evil in it, but...
Yeah, there is some evil to that.
I see a lot of evil
greed,
in it.
And it's,
But just people weren't quite as sheepish enough to. I mean, there were, because we're still living in that.
100%.
We're still working and now giving more of our income away than we get to keep through income and payroll taxes. But it's the system that's designed to let people at the top live off the people at the bottom, and not in a fair way.
And I mean, they've been doing that a long time.
Not wage for wage. No, they've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Just there's different systems to do it.
Kings and queens.
But now they've got 60% of the people to vote for it and to keep it. Like, we want to keep it this way.
Yeah, back in the day, people weren't voting for that.
No,
they weren't voting for their kings.
No, if they opposed it, they got whipped, beaten, and or killed.
Yep.
So it's a little different.
Tarred and feathered.
But it's ultimately it's the same thing. It's just we our educational system quit teaching the things that people needed to know to see those things, and it's all by design.
Very curated education.
Sure.
Well, and you think about, you were talking about your generation being kind of pushed off to the universities. I mean, you were being pushed there by people who had a great college experience. Where
and it was affordable college experience.
It was affordable, and it was objective, or far more objective than it is, what has become over the last
and
we
20 years.
More office workers than we needed laborers.
Right.
Yep.
So
and that was the key. The
geared towards producing
the thumbing
office
the nose
workers.
at the laborers. You don't need to do that. Like
don't get stuck there. Go do something better. Right.
There's no pride in that. Don't do that. You need to go work for corporate America. It's fascinating.
There's so much pride in working.
Yeah. It's fascinating to watch the movies of the late 90s, early 2000s. It's fascinating to go back and start watching
like
those.
Office Space.
Not those movies, like the ones that were more catered towards females. It's mind blowing. They basically tell you that you need to go work in the fashion industry in New York. That's what you should do.
Boss babe.
Yeah. That's what you should strive to do. And and again, these are all this stuff happens to every generation. You just don't know the hindsight 2020 thing.
The problem is we never make corrections. We tend to make overcorrections. So now we have a whole generation that thinks that women should go back to just being a house mom, and so you're selling out as a woman. You feel like you need to go have a job, and so the dream now is to be the perfect housewife, to have the the compound, the settlement outside, and you're
stepping on some toes.
Well, I understand, and intentionally I'm going to step on some toes, because the overcorrection towards this unhealthy patriarchy that says if you love your woman well, she'll just have a bunch of babies and she won't ever need to work, and it's like
that doesn't really work great in modern society.
I'm telling you, in 10 to 20 years, we're gonna see the effects of the next overcorrection.
Yep.
Well, we do tend to overcorrect.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a house mom. I'm just
No.
saying this messaging that is the way and the only way.
That's the problem. It's
Is-
when the powers that be meddle with the message. That's the problem. That's where you have the issues.
The overcorrection, I think, tends to be in the application, not in the principle. And what I mean by that is the principle, I think, is you have an ordered life.
Correct.
Your God comes first, your spouse comes second, your children and your family come third, and then your work comes fourth. And that applies to men and women, both. And that's the principle. So, and I believe that principle is correct. But when sometimes the details, the application of those details get out of control.
Well, yes, and it stems from
Like this,
not
the legalism, this is the way to do it.
Not knowing why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? We tend to shift towards whatever is in vogue, and we've not critically thought about why we're doing this, right? And so I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. I've seen people do homeschool because it was the best thing for their kids, and their kids end up doing really well and they thrive in life because they knew why they were doing it and they did it extremely well. I've seen people choose homeschool out of fear or anger about something else, and they come over here and they don't really have their why, and their kids suffer
You got to
for
have
it.
a purpose.
Same thing with in public school, my kids didn't thrive out of public school and into college life and now into their careers because it was public school, but because I didn't see Dr. Randall's or Dr. Valentine as the superintendent of their school. I was the superintendent. Right? I'm responsible for whether or not they are being educated. And so it's about partnership. But anyway, we knew our why.
Yeah.
So it's never about the method for me, right? It goes back to why are you doing what you're doing? Because then you'll have a clear path and you'll do it well, whatever you do.
The third
100%
reason that
agree with
people
that.
choose things like homeschooling, which is all my friends are doing it and it's trendy.
It's the trendy thing, right?
It is a trendy thing right now.
That's
And
dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Obviously I'm an advocate for public school, but again, I'm not going to, here we are again, here's a message that's getting meddled with, that's getting sent to people, and people kind of like to follow trends, and so here we go down this trend. I think public schools are wonderful, but that is because I'm lucky to be in a school
great
district
school
that's
district.
an awesome,
100%.
and I grew up in I think a fine, rural public school district. I'm sure there's things that could have been better and worse, but it was a traditional small town education.
Well,
right?
we sit in an interesting place because if your kids are going to go to public school at Rogersville, send them. I mean, it's a great school.
Yeah.
If your kids are going to go to school in Springfield, I got some options for you.
Well, and there's a
Correct.
lot of schools in Springfield. You know what I mean? That's the other thing too. But the thing is though, unless there is a really big, widespread problem, I think involved good parenting can overcome most issues in public schools, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Unless it's just a toxic waste. And I don't think there's as many as people like to think there are out there. But I don't know, because you don't know until you've experienced something.
Right.
I've never gone to public school in Portland, Oregon, so I have no idea
and we only,
what that would
we
be
only
like.
see the sample of the extremes.
Exactly.
I mean, your feed, my feed, our feeds are all full of the crazy kindergarten teacher with the rainbow hair and all women are
Never met her.
Never met her, but she's all over social media.
Exactly. And how many of those are there really? And I mean,
It's
the
at
other
least
argument,
two.
the argument to that is, unless they're literally just saying, I mean, you can look away and act away, but as long as they're not saying specific things, and that person probably is, as a parent, you can tell your kids to question authority some. Like, that's okay.
Absolutely.
You can do that.
You do.
And you can say, well, my teacher said this. And you know what? Anytime my kids have come home with something like that, I've been like, well, that's not what I think about that, but that's okay. Has that happened many times? No.
It's
You know what I mean?
interesting how
Those are some
authority.
of the best conversations you'll have with your kids.
Teaching your kid
How to navigate conflict and disagreement.
and overcome environmental stuff
Yeah.
that maybe you guys don't agree with or isn't your lifestyle is raising a child to adulthood. And my thing is, I think we're raising a whole lot of kids right now to be permanent kids.
Oh, yeah.
We are
I see
not
that.
raising them to be adults.
Oh, let me tell you, it is true.
It's a huge problem.
Yep.
Well, it's always been
Huge.
a problem.
It always has.
always
Yeah,
been
it
a
just
problem.
comes.
It's
It
just-
plays out in different ways.
Yeah, it
Now
does.
we are raising them to literally peak at high school.
Yeah.
And
I wrote a song.
And I'm going to be very clear. I am not pushing back on homeschool. I'm pushing
No.
back on homeschool or even private Christian school without thinking about your why, without having a clear conviction and
Yeah.
plan to execute it.
and the
I-
tools and ability
I have
to do that.
yes,
mission.
and to do it well.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I've seen neglect on both ends of it. Okay, send them off to public school. That's the teachers got them now. That's fine. No, that is parents. That is your job.
Yep.
And then same with homeschool. It's like, well, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it because it's better for our family. Well, is it better for you or is it better for your kid? And these are the questions you have to
You have
ask.
to ask.
And if
there's
you're
a
not,
maturity that comes along with that stuff that I'm not sure a lot of people have.
I have seen outright neglect. And
Yeah.
of course, then I had to take all my training because even though I'm just a coach, I have to go through all the training that all the teachers have to
Yeah.
go through. And so, we're talking about neglect and abuse. And, one of the things that you read on the course and is true is that most of the time when you talk about abuse and sexual abuse, emotional
Yeah.
abuse, it's in the home.
Oh,
and so-
your kid being on a tablet all day every day is abuse. It's neglect.
Well, but also I'm just saying some people are keeping their kids home for not good reasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Nefarious reasons.
yes, and so I'm very grateful for the public school system because we've got teachers that have eyes on kids that would otherwise not be seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's actually a beautiful thing if for those of us that live in such a wonderful place.
And again, yeah, we're lucky in that sense, right? We're probably jaded in that but again, most people don't go into teaching for the wealth and money and fame. I have
Nope.
to assume most people who go into teaching are going in, at least they do care about the job. It's kind of like working in the medical field.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I saw
What
John,
would you do
John
that?
Christ.
Yeah.
He did a funny bit the other day. He was calling cap on all these people that have stories that their teacher told them they'd never amount to anything. He goes, I don't think these people got into education to look at kids and say, you're never going to make it. He
Yeah.
goes, too many people have that story. He goes, maybe it's happened here or there occasionally, but
maybe if you're 50 or over, you can claim that.
Yeah.
But if you're under that, yeah,
you've never
we'll
heard
call
that.
Cap.
Yep. You've
Yeah.
never heard
Yeah,
that phrase.
that sounds like an urban
Too many
You got a
people.
participation trophy.
Yes.
Nobody
Yeah.
told you an amount of anything. You get a
Yeah.
trophy for showing up.
They told you how wonderful you were going to be because they had to tell you that.
Yeah, I don't recall a teacher.
It made me laugh
Like
so
I'm
hard.
a pretty observant person. I don't recall a teacher ever
Being
because
demeaning.
I could tell you what, if I was witnessing a teacher being demeaning,
Yeah.
it'd have gone. I mean, I would just mouthed off. I mean, I know I would have done it to them. I've
Yeah.
never witnessed a teacher being demeaning to
Yeah.
another
Well,
student.
Discipline, yes.
Discipline, yes. And it's amazing what happens when a kid comes home with a story and it gets relayed. I'm not going to lie. When my kids come home with some story, I'm like, are you sure? I don't immediately
Post
go,
it on Facebook.
Take their side.
tell me more.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
did they do to you,
Yeah.
child?
And
I'm
then post
usually
on
like,
Facebook how
Post it on
awful that
Facebook.
teacher
I'm
is.
usually
Yeah.
like, are you sure it went
Did you
that
hear
way?
that right?
Is it? Are you maybe being a
Tell me
little
some more.
Tell me
Never
the whole
ruin a
story.
good story with the facts.
And yeah, I think, and part of that may come too from the parents wanting to make sure they are in tune with potential abuse and monsters out there. And a kid is a kid. You can't believe.
I had some pretty doggone good kids, but I certainly did not believe everything they told me.
No. And part of that is learning your kid too,
Yeah.
and what filter your kid puts on things. Yeah. So you got to be like, nah, wait a second.
Yeah.
Let's
Back that up.
hear more about this. But
Well, is first day of school? How was your
it was good.
drop off
It was
experience?
good.
Everything?
Yeah, Jesse, first time. I'm not dropping them both off.
Okay.
Jesse was able to drop one. I dropped the other, and it went really good. They're not ready for school to be back. I have a
They
feeling
got an extra week.
I know
Yeah.
it was. I think I think we had a good rhythm of summer. There wasn't anything necessarily spectacular that happened, but it was good. And Claire yesterday was like, Mom, I like riding around with you. Like, yeah. And I mean, I'm lucky because I am flexible. My kids get to be with me or a family member, and I don't have to go to a, whatever 10-hour day job. And so it's a 14-hour day weird job here and there, but
I don't know how to put hours on my on my work.
Yeah, you and I are kind of the same.
But my kids got to, they had my flexibility too.
Yeah.
This Saturday is Wild West Days at Ford.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
exciting.
get to go down there. There's a musical entertainment, kids zones, vendors, food, trucks,
Love it.
all that stuff.
That's a fun thing.
You bringing the musical entertainment? Is that what
I'm not bringing the musical entertainment. I was once again overlooked.
Oh no.
Oh man, I can't believe they looked past you on that.
Me neither.
But that's always one of the origin or the beginning fall festival-y things is that one.
So we are going to put a little booth up for the campaign. I think.
Cool, very cool.
Some candy.
Of course you will.
But
We have a busy
my
weekend.
grandnephew Ollie's first birthday party is that day as well. So I'll have to
Nice.
take a little hiatus
That's fun.
to go celebrate that.
Nice.
Looking
We're going to be
forward to
building beds. Have
Okay.
you heard of Sleep in Heavenly Peace?
No.
It's Sleep in Heavenly Peace is an organization that builds beds and delivers them, and our church is the local liaison with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, the entity, and they've taken on Rogersville, Ozark, Springfield, and Sparta, which is about 600 beds a year will be delivered to kids, for whatever reason, who do not have a bed to sleep on.
It's a real thing.
So we're doing a bed build day, which is pretty exciting.
Never
I
heard of
think
that.
it'll be fun. That'll be fun on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday.
That's okay.
Come to Wild West Days in Portland.
Ballard's like, no.
I'm thinking, no, if I don't have anything, I might not do anything. I've not had a Saturday like that.
It's a rare treasure, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's about to end because we have our first soccer game on Friday at the high school.
Yeah.
Well, it's at Willard, but first football game though is here at Raj against California, I believe, and so that's the weird thing about this delayed start by 1 week.
Yeah.
Is normally there's like a week to bed in, and now it's like nope.
Is there a football game Friday night?
That's what I'm telling you. It's this Friday
sorry,
against California.
I
Yeah,
blanked out.
Yeah, you did. You ignored me.
Blop.
That's okay.
I heard you, and then my brain.
It landed a little
distracted.
bit later.
So all of the fall. Let's see. Football plays on Fridays. What nights is?
We rarely play Friday, but we
Okay.
do this Friday at Willard. And
Okay.
then typically we play Tuesdays, Thursdays. Volleyball plays a lot on Tuesdays,
Thursdays. Yeah.
Um,
we're
softball's
starting right
kind of
into
all over
games
the
this
map.
week?
Like it's here.
That would
yeah.
make- I wondered
Jamborees
about
were
that.
last Friday, and now games are this Friday, and it is on from here. And you know how it goes. Once it starts going, hold on to your hat. It'll be Christmas soon.
For sure.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. I'm ready for some fall weather.
It's not Christmas. It's just
Yeah.
Christmas. January hits, and I guess I'll be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
It's here, y'all. It's here.
It is fascinating when school starts. It just really starts. It starts moving quick.
Real
Super
fast.
quick. Yeah. And some of that depends too on how long the hot weather sticks around.
Right.
If you get one of those hot Octobers or it's
yeah,
hot,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
Here's the weird thing: it has
It's really dry and
rained
crunchy.
all summer.
It's been a
Yeah.
reasonable summer.
This little hot and dry stretch, we've even had a
Some
day or
showers
here or
and
there
rain.
with
Yeah.
a.
Yeah.
I mean, the yard never turned yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been.
Mine's a little crunchy right
I
now.
never
but
got to
but
quit
not.
being the mowing guy.
Yeah.
We've had
right.
some We've had some pop up rains in town in Rogersville that other places didn't get because, like,
Correct.
I've gone here, I've left my house and got to my mom's and realized that they didn't have any rain.
Right.
And she's like, a few miles away. Well, I don't know, 5 miles away or whatever.
Yeah.
But so that Rogersville's kind of been lucky, but it's really not been a bad summer.
No.
Heat and dry wise, there's been a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
A lot worse. So
Now we'll see. Sometimes
I have no
September gets
complaints.
crunchy.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what happens.
That's what I'm
It still
talking.
happens.
If it stays like hot and dry, it is really crunchy and kind of lame
Yeah.
in September. And you're like at the fall festival and you're
Miserable,
like,
and the
"I wanna wear
ragweed's
flannel,"
out and
but
making you
it's
feel.
85 degrees.
Yeah.
Sun's beating on me.
You're
Yeah.
committed to that flannel shirt, but it's really too hot for it.
The funny
I've got my flannel shirt, and my pumpkin spice latte, and it's 90 degrees.
90 degrees.
Yep.
It's got the sweats. We went to Seabrook Apple Festival last year, and the apple slushies, they were apple juice. They
Yeah,
would
apples.
not. They would not
They
say
wouldn't
slushy. It would not. It wasn't happening.
man.
So
Oh,
it was
goodness
funny.
me.
It was really funny. But
Yeah. Well, what else is on the horizon?
That's all I got.
there's all kinds of stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, I got
just-
your postcard.
Yes, it's that year where I mail the time of year where I mail out the fall postcard, and I have to give a shout out to technology. I bought a business subscription to Canva or whatever, and I've been doing it and figuring it out. And
They're AI integrated, aren't they, on Canva?
Oh,
I'm sure,
get
yeah, they would
this.
have to be. Oh boy,
Get
here we go.
this.
What is it?
You can take your Chat GPT and you can give it access to your Canva account and tell Chat GPT to design your Canva, and then it'll open up the browser window and you can watch it move the mouse, select the stuff, and
Yeah.
it's literally doing it. And I was
That's
amazed.
weird.
So for the first time ever, I
That's
used
trippy.
ChatGPT for a graphic, and I started something real basic, but I was like, I'm going to try this, and it was perfect. But once I dialed it in, but that's
Yeah.
the thing, like
You gotta dial it in.
you
gotta
got
dial it in.
If you think you're going to give it one prompt and it's going to come out, you got to
No.
be. It's
It's
a
a-
computer, so you have to be very
You gotta teach
literal.
it. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what's really crazy? I've used like Chat GPT to draft prompts for Chat GPT.
Well, you
You
do,
can tell
right?
it to, hey, I'm going to want you to do something like this. Can you draft the prompt
Yes.
for me to give you that will get what I
Just
want?
don't-
I'll go, yeah, sure. Here you go. And you're like, okay. And
Don't forget to say please and thank you, though.
Yeah.
Because when
You
the
need to
robots
like-
come for you, you want to be the one they remember as being nice.
Oh, so I was watching Fox News a little bit this morning, Fox and Friends, and they were talking
was
about
polite to
Chinese,
you.
Chinese robots and the athletic and how they are. And so they've got
She's tickled
they've got robots
because you know it's true.
that can run and run fast,
Yes,
faster
I-
than a human.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They run. I watched two robots fighting taekwondo, and they were doing jump, spin, kicks. I'm like,
course.
holy crap!
Jesse the
We're
other
dead.
day comes
We're
home
dead.
and he goes,
It's
yeah,
over.
Jesse comes home
I've
and
seen
he goes,
Star Wars.
They made a robot that can outrun a cheetah. And I go, they made a robot a long time ago that can outrun me. So
It's not even very fast.
I've already know. It's not even bad. It was a like Gen 1 robot that can outrun me.
This is why everybody needs to run.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't have to be the fastest. You just can't be the slowest.
I'm
Yeah.
never going to be fast.
Well, the taekwondo fighting robots caught my attention because I know what it takes to do that stuff. And
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they know your move. You
Yeah.
ain't got a chance.
But I want to.
I don't care how good you are, your nunchucks will.
You're not getting it. A robot punch to the face is going to hurt worse.
their bones
No,
don't
but
break.
I was designing the fall postcard and using the technology and proud of myself. And then I went to, because usually I print my postcard, 2 on a page. I have to go through the paper cutting process, right? And it's like print with Canva. I'm like, well, what does that mean? So I clicked that button and it's like, you can print blah, 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 blah. I printed 500 because it was cheaper to print than 300, which is what I needed. And it's like, this can be picked up at the FedEx store on Glenstone tomorrow.
Wild.
Better than anything I could have
Oh, yeah.
printed. It saved me. I mean, it cost me more money than it would have. It was cheaper to do it my old-fashioned way, even factoring in time probably, but it still wasn't expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I just drove in and picked up the cards, and they looked great. And my girls stamped them and it took me less time than anything. So I
there
do
you
have
go.
to say the robots I appreciated
For now.
last week for now,
Until they come for you.
but
Yep.
they're gonna kill me first, so
Yeah.
it's fine. I will be the slowest.
Okay.
So I mean, there's there's that old thing like I don't want to run from the nuke. I want to get hit by the nuke.
Right.
Like I
Land right on my head.
I
Yep.
do not need to prove my survival skills. I want to be neutralized immediately.
Not a fan of the Road Warrior.
No. Fun to watch. Don't want to live.
Lauren's like,
wanna
I'm not living in that Coliseum.
No, I don't. I have 2 daughters. I don't want to live in post-apocalyptic times. Forget about it.
I'm installing an EMP device.
Oh, goodness me.
I want to be vaporized immediately.
I want to go fast.
I want to go home to the Lord and not have to.
Speaking of going home,
I want hot water
Yeah.
and food.
we can land our
It's time.
plane.
That's it. That's all we need to know.
Come back next Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
You coming back next Tuesday?
Well, yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
there.
You guys will be
Yeah.
without me.
Okay.
It's opening day of dove season. I'll be dove hunting.
Let's
Oh,
let's
the
see if we
noise
can
that
get
the
somebody
doves
from
make.
WCHD out here.
WCHD, WCHD. Okay.
Webster County
Health
Health
Department.
Department.
Boom. Health
Yeah.
department. I know they've got some interesting projects. And
Yeah.
Scott's been
Let's
talking
touch base
about
with them. I like that.
it. I'll
Sounds
shoot
good.
Scott a note. Tell him we're looking for somebody next week.
Scott's a great dude.
Sounds
That'd be
All right.
good.
awesome.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
See you guys.
Peace.